Hi there and welcome to Total Football, a brand new, totally dedicated YouTube channel dedicated to the beautiful game. We've come here today to David Farrington Park. We're going to have a chat to Team Wellington coach José Figueira, one of the youngest coaches in the Sterling Sports Premiership. So what drew him to Wellington and what is his philosophy around football coaching? We're going to find out. Let's go inside and meet José Figueira. José.
Hi, Jason, how are you?
I'm good, mate. Nice to see you.
Same. Welcome to WF.
Welcome to Wellington, mate. How
Thank
you finding it?
Fantastic, yeah, especially on days like this. It's excellent, yeah, feeling right at home already. Really fortunate to be out on this every day, and the boys certainly love being out here as well, so fantastic.
Well, how did it all come about, José? I mean, you've been doing most of your coaching in Auckland. What was it about Team Wellington that kind of attracted you down here?
I guess first and foremost, like any player, as a coach, I'm ambitious and wanting to work at the top level. The club obviously had a great year last year. They're moving forward in a really exciting space, and the opportunity to come down here and be part of that movement was too hard to turn down. Was it daunting at all coming to a team that is defending champions? Because I guess some people would say there's only one way to go from there. Sure, I guess there's the element of pressure in terms of they've got the silverware, they know what success looks like and feels like, but at the same time an exciting prospect. When you inherited the team, obviously you've got rid of some players or they've left of their own accord, and you've brought some players in. What were you looking to do when you started your recruitment, I guess, for Team Wellington? First step was to identify the core players from last year, the players who had have a passion for the club and want to be here. So that was first and foremost. Obviously in the last couple of years I'd seen them play a fair bit, so I knew who those guys were. And then from then, in terms of the recruitment, it's just really guys who I see fit my ideas and my concepts, and also at the same time good people that will help take the club forward and and give their all for the club out on the pitch. So but the blend seems to be there, and it's coming together nicely. Has it been easy, difficult, or somewhere in between getting your footballing philosophy across to your group of players? Difficult in a sense that I think a lot of the ideas and the philosophy is new to some of the players. So there's that period of the players feeling uncomfortable and being stretched out of their comfort zones, but with some hard work and some trust and some belief in what we're doing, that will come together sooner rather than later. I guess a lot of coaches talk about performance, but at the end of the day it's quite a short season, isn't it? You have to win games. So where does that sort of sit? I mean, do you talk about outcomes, or is it really about performance and the outcome will look after itself? Yeah, there's certainly a mixture of both, and look, at the end of the day, teams, coaches are judged on the results. But look, I firmly believe that if you have those structures in place, focusing on the performance and the good habits, the results will look after themselves. How does that affect you when the results don't go your way, particularly early in your tenure here at Team Wellington? Yeah, of course, you always imagine starting on the front foot, but at the same time, these negative results or negative feelings are all challenges as a coach, and without challenges you can't grow from them. And we've had an opportunity to reflect, and those negative results have helped us revisit a few of the things that we're doing and work that little bit harder. Hopefully at the other end it becomes all that more satisfying, so that's what we're hoping for. So talk to us about some of the high points of your coaching career, not necessarily successes on the field, but just where you feel you've really developed as a coach. Yeah, I think some of the high points were probably when I first came to New Zealand and taking on my first, I guess, kind of full-time coaching role with Auckland Football Federation and rolling out what was then the IPDP, or International Player Development Programme, which rolled out nationwide, and quickly moved into working with New Zealand age group teams at the national training centres. And I guess the high is just being part of a game that's growing in New Zealand and feeling like I'm having an influence on players and young players in a sport that during my 13 years here has grown tremendously.
Do you believe that better people make better footballers?
I think 100% so, and I was fortunate earlier this year when I was with Auckland City. We had João Villa from Football Club Barcelona come over to New Zealand. We got a great insight to understanding how they operate and actually having an interesting conversation with him. It's no coincidence when you look at these great teams and great organisations that better people make better teams.
How do you assess the strength of the game of football in New Zealand at the elite level? And let's talk from Sterling Sports Premiership up.
I think right now, it's early days in the league, but certainly in the last couple of seasons, we're seeing the teams and the players really grow. Better coaches, more teams and clubs, more organised. We're seeing players make the leap from the Premiership into the Phoenix and to other environments overseas. Those are all important signs to say that the game's on the right track in New Zealand.
And if you just look ahead, if you crystal ball gaze a bit, maybe into the middle of next year, what sort of things would have had to happen during the Sterling Sports Premiership season and the O-League for you to be satisfied with your first sort of year or so in charge?
I think for me personally, in the first year, it's seeing the team established as challenging for the league again. We see the likes of other teams around the world, the Leicesters and things, where clubs get success and struggle to maintain that. So for me, I think at the end of the season, if we can be in the mix again at the final showdown towards the end of the season, in the playoffs and in the mix of the O-Leagues, I think that will say it's been a successful year, and however the cards may fall on that day, that's football. But I think seeing the club move forward from the way we're playing, the way we do things off the pitch, I think for me that will mean we've had a successful year and things are looking bright.
All right, well, Jose, I wish you all the best. It's great to have you in Wellington. Fantastic to have the chance to chat on Total Football. All the best for the months ahead, and let's catch up again soon.
Cheers, Piney. Great, thank you. Pleasure.
Well, certainly hope you enjoyed our chat with José Figueira, brand new coach of Team Wellington. Fascinating football man. If you like that sort of content, make sure you check back often to Total Football. In fact, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can do that simply by clicking on the link that's right there. We'll see you next time on Total Football.